BD5 Pilot with you out at the Hillsboro hangar, and today I made a dimensional model schematic of the engine that's being planned for this aircraft, and then cut it out of that same styrofoam so we could fit it in, see just what am I dealing with when it comes to fitting an engine into this engine bay. Planning on putting a Hirth 3702, that's a 3-cylinder water-cooled 2-stroke engine, and let's make sure that all the other estimates from the dimensional drawings that I had and then the 3D work that I did with SketchUp Pro on the computer actually goes to real life in the actual aircraft. Now the tallest dimension you see at the top of this piece of styrofoam actually has to deal with the air cleaner assembly, which actually can come down lower. That center area has to deal with the spark plug wires, and they're actually much lower than the dimension you see here. So with a little creative work with that air box, I should be able to get the air intake installed onto the top of the fuel injection units on the engine. And the engine looks like it's going to have to rest up just about that high. And that lines that output shaft up for the drive. And that gives me an idea of where is this engine going to sit in relation to the rest of this engine base. To be very clear, I need to come off of this one support that was already installed on one side for the aileron tube, and beef that up a bit and make a support that goes all the way across so that I have the type of support that this engine is going to require inside of this airframe. I thought I would also point out that this engine is actually just a 3-cylinder version of a 2-cylinder that has been used in this aircraft. So the dimension I'm really dealing with is just the fact that it comes back about 3.5 inches further rear than the other engine probably would. And so it becomes very critical to mount that area right there where there's a drive pulley for the water pump that's going to come up against that one cross member that right now is where my seat belt is. That's probably the one critical adjustment I've got up at the top. And then the rest of this is a matter of can I get plumbing around the front of the engine for my fuel pump, fuel selector valve, my oil reservoir for the oil injection, and reasonably happy with how all of that's turning out. So once again, by getting practical with this down and dirty approach to measuring pieces and actually setting them in to the existing airframe, I get a better idea and picture of what's in store for me when I get to install that engine into the aircraft.